Okay, comments?
I know I did it on my second time too, and I need more kind of stuff. You brought your left hand back really quickly. And it's at my.
Really? What did you think?
I thought that kind of in the beginning, I wasn't really paying a lot of attention musically. It was kind of self-centered, and as I went, I felt that I was able to engage a little bit more.
Take that statement and apply it to our career.
I think I definitely got. I would say what I gave with this sports on though. I didn't want a ton, but I got enough where I felt satisfied with it.
Dicker used to have this thing on the door to his office that was, yeah, I think it was like, John Francais quote, I can't remember, but it said when I was a young man, I screamed me. Then I became older, I said Mozart and me. When I got to be an old man, I whispered Mozart. I wish I could remember who the composer was, but it's a famous composer too. You look at it and think, wow. I don't know what you said there. Nobody wants to talk about the subdivision. A little surprised. Did it help? How did it help?
I think we would have been fine without it. Yeah.
There's a rubato there too,
Okay.
so it's slowing down, so I felt like I needed to be more clear while the tempo was changing.
Do you feel like it helped?
I thought it did. I just felt that overall, like as we've been going through it, everyone's been kind of, some people have been slowing down at that place, some people haven't. And so I just wanted to try and see if it helped.
Where do you want to slow down?
I want to slow down going the measures that we stopped. So,
So you want to slow down 3 E and 1,
Yeah.
2. All right. Well, here's the mind-blowing part. Is if you want to slow down beginning on 3, you got to set it by 2.
I guess I didn't know that, but.
Why?
The only reason I did is because there wasn't any moving lines there. But it makes sense.
That's the reason too. You see, we got to get in front of the players. We can't show them what we want them to do while they're doing it. We've got to get in front of them. They need a preparation for everything. They need a preparatory gesture to make a sound. They need a preparation to make a release as they go working. Now, I'm using too strong a language, so let me backtrack just a little bit. It's not like you can't, okay? But if you want the most communication, if you want the most clarity, then conduct dee-ah, dee-da, dee-da, dee-ah, dee-ah, dee-da, dee-da, dee, dee. Just that extra eighth note in that silence gives them so much more of an opportunity to see, oh, here it comes, before they begin working on it. So let's start bar 5. Let's round the downbeat of bar 2. And take a second if you want to think about how that would work to conduct that beat 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and. If you're in that subdivision, then too, there's a bit of a responsibility to show where that eighth note stops in the final bar.
Okay.
Okay?
Right beginning of bar 5.
Right on top of bar 5. So let's talk about measure 7, I suppose. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
What do we think of that additional eighth note? It's really so very hard for us to judge because it was infinitely better. But was it infinitely better because of the gesture or because of the fact that we've been talking about it now for 5 minutes, they knew it was coming, and it was the second time through? No way for us to know. Now, I would suggest that if you're going to conduct 3 and, you conduct 1 and 2 off.
Where are you talking about?
Talking about the end. Talking about when you're conducting a 2 and 3 and then for some reason you go back to 1, 2.
You so say instead of it.
I would. I think if you've begun that deceleration in that eighth note pulse, finish it out in the eighth note pulse. You know, here's something else that's a little counterintuitive. Most of the time, the ensembles do not have a hard time putting moving notes together until it gets really fast and really interesting. But these guys their antennae in their ear, they're going to put 3 and together. Now, 1 and this long thing before 2. 2 is really hard to put together. 2 is hard to put together, to articulate that 2, not the 3 and part. So, to my experience, frankly, the subdivision's most necessary on the last beat, that 1 and 2, to give them the best chance to be accurate with such a broad top target, right? The 16th notes are narrow targets. There's not much room for error in there. The space between the articulation of beat 1 and the articulation of beat 2, that's huge. That's a broad target. Bar 5 again? Then why did you come out of it on beat 2?
Oh, stay.
No, I didn't say you had to do anything. I just asked you why you did what you did.
I guess just because it was there's nothing after it.
There is, though. This is the point I've been trying to make all week. It's funny, you guys have composed a fermata onto this note and you are addicted to it. This is not really the end.
Well, I mean, like, there's nothing, like, that's the last note until we get the pickup into the next bar.
Where's the end of that phrase?
In 7,
Yeah.
I would say that's, like, right in the measure 8, when it resolves.
Not specific enough. Well, okay, when it resolves.
Beat
So
2
where in
in
measure
measure
8? Beat 2 in measure 8. Or the end of beat 2 in measure 8.
I'd say right on beat 2.
Then where does that last note get to exist?
Well, the only thing that's holding over,
Don't overthink this. Where's the silence?
the end of,
Sure. So we can't, the phrase can't be over until the silence, can it?
no.
Right. So by saying 2, you know, that quarter note goes to 2, right? The eighth note goes to the and of 2. So the end of the phrase is the and of 2. So I think we have to give it, right? I think we've made the decision to go to the subdivision, and so the subdivision takes us to the end of that thought. The subdivision takes us until to the moment of repose and pause. Be-da-dee-da-dee-da, beam-ba-bum, whatever comes next. Then that's the new idea. So 1 and 2, and now 3, 1, 2, we're back to the old thing. We've had a modulation in time, tempo, harmony, articulation, and now we're moving forward with our regularly scheduled program. That make sense?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.